all you do is response.json like this, and any parameter that's generated using JavaScript or jQuery or anything like that is going to be in your JSON for the response. Coding on PC or Mac. I'm learning Python 3. Would you suggest on a PC or a Mac? So I generally do my coding on my Mac because it's similar to this in terms of the way you can run stuff. PC, the coding is all the same, but the actual running I prefer to do on my Mac or do in Linux, which I have on this computer. Because it's just easier to run the scripts like that. But I definitely wouldn't buy a new computer. If you have a PC and it's capable, I would definitely partition your disk and get a Linux kind of section on your hard drive so that you can restart into Linux and do all your coding stuff there. But I wouldn't say go buy a Mac to code. Any books to recommend? There is a really good book. I think it's called Learn Python the Hard Way. Yeah, so this book is really good. I've done some of it. I learned Python in school, so I wasn't really reading books when I learned, but there are PDFs of this floating around online. What I would do is either, if you can afford to pay for this, pay for it because it supports the author, or find the PDF and then pay for it later if it helps you. But definitely don't just ask someone for the link and then never pay for it, because that's fucked up. How do you know what get or post request to look for? So yeah, so that's something that's going to come in time. But the main requests are usually 1, a get request on the product page, 2, an add to cart request, and then 3 through X are all the checkout requests. So sometimes the checkout requests will just be 1 request. Sometimes you'll have to get the checkout page, find the token like we did. It's all kind of it depends on the website, but it's something you'll figure out over time by yourself. Alright, what's another easy site I can try and develop a script for? Some of them, I don't know. I mean, I would take a look at Shopify. It's not super easy, but I don't know other easy websites. I just remember Jimmy Jazz being my first one because it was easy. But I don't know, just look around, check out the requests, look at if they have a bunch of random shit that you can't really figure out. And if they don't have a bunch of random shit that you can't really figure out, then just start to work on it. Alright, when adding CC info, alright, I'm gonna open this. Alright, it says when adding CC info inside an object, would this be okay format? Card data equals, and then he writes a dictionary with a bunch of %s's, which if you remember the %s is the format character. And then at the end, %, and then he just puts in all of the names of the different things. I wouldn't do that. I would probably just stick to writing card.expiry month, card.expiry year, and whatnot, and then kind of pass to the function this card object that I'm referring to. So I would say checkout card up here, and then say card sub expiry month, card sub expiry year, and so on. I wouldn't I don't even know if you can do it the way that this guy wrote, but yeah, I would do it that way and kind of separate the two things entirely. Don't you have to specify a user agent for bots? Yes and no. Some sites will make you. Jimmy Jazz clearly doesn't because we didn't. But if you want to specify a user agent, all you have to do is headers equals user agent, and then just copy your user agent from some request here. So and then session dot headers dot update, I think. Yeah, and then you'll just say headers. And this will set your user agent. If you're getting a bunch of errors or like something's not working, this is my first suggestion on what to try, because sometimes sites, if you don't have the right user agent, they'll just block you entirely. So try this. All right. Any chance Steam has CSGO on it? Probably. How do you handle queues with sites like Ruvia? I haven't done that yet, but I'm not sure. That's something you'd have to figure out. Question, could you try to do it on... Wait, I'll be right back. Sorry. Sorry about that. All right, so the question is, what could you try to do it on sivasdescalzo.com that shares the same system as Urban Jungle, etc. So yeah, so basically a lot of these sites have the same backend, and that just means like the way you add something to the cart, the way you check out, anything like that. They're all the same or very similar. And that makes it easier to write scripts, because if you have one for one, you can't copy and paste it, but you do know kind of how you did it for one, so you can just kind of do the same method for the next one. What are headers and what do I need to know about them? Headers are just you telling, it's like information that kind of, if you thought of a request as a train, the header would be kind of the conductor of that train. It's everything that comes before the actual information inside the train or the people inside the train or whatever. So in this case, the only really important header, I mean, if we look at these request headers right here, you see just a bunch of different things. The only thing that's really important is the user agent, because that tells the server kind of what your browser is and like where you're visiting from. So if you mimic the user agent here, then you're kind of telling the website like, hey, look, I'm totally a browser. I'm totally not a script. So it's just like another layer to tell a server that, you know, you're running it from a browser and not from a script, even though you are. Will you ever cover auto checkout through app APIs? Maybe at some point, not right now. Could you show an example of multi-threading, like doing multiple checkouts at the same time? Sure. So let's import a module called threading. Let's make a function called go. Go just calls add to cart and checkout, and go is going to have a session. You're going to pass the session into add to cart, pass the session into checkout, and then instead of using a global session, we're going to change it up a little bit. pass the session into the thing. And same thing here. So this is our function. All it does is it checks out, and then we're going to look at the Python threading documentation, and all we have to do is, that's not what I want. Here we go. So you're going to say, like, say you want 5 threads. You're going to say for I in range 5, t equals threading.thread target equals, and we're going to say go. And then we're going to append the thread t to our list, and then we're going to start the thread. So that's it. It's going to run 5 different threads. You'll see that when I run it, you're going to get 5 hellos. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, sorry. This one needs a session as well. Alright, now that's not letting me do anything. Alright, well, I made too many requests, but as you see, there are 5 hellos here. So that's how you do threading. Yeah. Alright, that's all the questions I got. Thank you for watching. At some point I will possibly do some more, but as of now, that's it. So, see you next time. Check my Twitter if you want to see a stream, or see the stream on YouTube or something like that. Alright, peace guys.